turn 4 is a monster, jaws wide like a gator. Pit stop, quick cruise, move sharp as a razor. Adrenaline pumps, veins fuel injected. Outlaws on the track, chaos perfected. Full throttle kings, we don't slow down. Ripping through the night, owning this town. Cast to the floor, the crowd gets loud. Outlaws racing, we're born unbound. Smoke trails curl, exhaust whisper secrets. Victory's a beast, only the brave can keep it. Paint jobs flash, sponsors on the side. Egos collide, stealing pride. Oval dreams where legends ignite. Green flag drops, sparks kiss the night. This ain't a hobby, this a gladiator's grind. Racing's the religion, speed's the shrine. Bump trash, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Bump trash, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Smoke trails curl, exhaust whisper secrets. Victory's a beast, only the brave can keep it. Paint jobs flash, sponsors on the side. Egos collide, stealing pride. Oval dreams where legends ignite. Green flag drops, sparks kiss the night. This ain't a hobby, this a gladiator's grind. Racing's the religion, speed's the shrine. Bump trap, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Bump trap, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Engines scream, asphalt burns, the grip's a gamble. Tires squeal, hearts race, this leads to scandal. Full throttle, no brakes, chasing that checkered. Drafted lines tighter than a bank teller's ledger. Turn 4 is a monster, jaws wide like a gator. Pit stop, quick cruise, move sharp as a razor. Adrenaline pumps, veins fuel injected. Outlaws on the track, chaos perfected. Full throttle kings, we don't slow down. Ripping through the night, owning this town. Cast to the floor, the crowd gets loud. Outlaws racing, we're born unbound. Smoke trails curl, exhaust whisper secrets. Victory's a beast, only the brave can keep it. Paint jobs flash, sponsors on the side. Egos collide, stealing pride. Oval dreams where legends ignite. Green flag drops, sparks kiss the night. This ain't a hobby, this a gladiator's grind. Racing's the religion, speed's the shrine. Bump trap, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Bump trap, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Smoke trails curl, exhaust whisper secrets. Victory's a beast, only the brave can keep it. Paint jobs flash, sponsors on the side. Egos collide, stealing pride. Oval dreams where legends ignite. Green flag drops, sparks kiss the night. This ain't a hobby, this a gladiator's grind. Racing's the religion, speed's the shrine. Bump trap, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Bump trap, slingshot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here this evening from the beautiful EchoPark Speedway. As each and every one of these drivers looking to try to put themselves into a good starting spot here this evening as we get ready to rumble. We get ready to set them loose here this evening as our qualifying session has come to a close. We got a live glimpse there at that 3 machine of Keith Prince as he laid down the quick time there in that qualifying session. So Keith Prince will start in the pole position here this evening with David Traylor to his outside starting in position number 2. Matt Hayden will start in that 3rd spot with Jack Drucker in position number 4 in his HendrickUSA.com number 56 machine. Eric Hegdahl in the Red Bull number 11 will start in position number 5. Brandon Combs in the Hey Dudes number 28 will start in the 6th position with Brody Bente in the Ride the Bente QH Designs number 63 machine starting there in 7th. To his outside in the From Energy number 48 ride, that is Brennan McNutt, who will start there in 8th, back in 9th in the LuttrellRacing.com number 36. It's Steven Luttrell who will start there in the 9th position. To his outside in the Lost Society 01, that is Rooster Rodden, who will start there in that 10th position with Zach Kelly in the beautiful... Oh, man, is this the Philadelphia Phillies paint scheme? We love it, man. We love having the Phillies on there. The Citizen Bank, number 21 of Zach Kelly, will start there in 11th. Jesse Wise in the Shitty Coolers, number 69. Right starts there in 12th with Rusty Modesty back in 13th. Harrison Crosby in the SNS, or the Sus Coffee, number 7 ride, that beautiful Johnny Johnson Motorsports Firehouse Subs. Number 7 of Harrison Crosby will start there in 14th. Starting back in the 15th position, it is that Mobile 1, number 77 of Evan Schilling to his outside. In the Yakes 87 Expeditions, number 87 ride, it is Joe Yakes who will start there in 16th. Back in 17th, in the 97 machine, that is that beautiful ride from Colton Hardy to his outside in the 92. That is Mr. Clinton Woodby as another beautiful USA paint scheme machine there in that 18th position. Back in 19th will be the 33 of Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr. to his outside in the Bump and Run Motorsports number 59 machine. That is Trevor McManus who will start there in 20th. Jesse Calloway, Skylar Berry back there in row number 11 with Brian Cunningham and Bruce Bernard bringing up the rear of the field here this evening as 24 trucks ready to rumble, ready to duke it out here this evening as Mr. Fantastic in the chat says, let's go, Mr. Fantastic. Kyle Hayden in the chat says, Matt, the Poutine Warrior Hayden says, can we get a Montreal Expos car? I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be down for a little Expos car. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, there's always been talks of the Expos potentially coming back in the MLB. I think that'd be really cool. Obviously, Canada only having one MLB team with the Blue Jays. I mean, it would be cool to see them, kind of get another one up here in the Great White North. As here we go, ending all of the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here from EchoPark Speedway. It is Prince and Trailer 1 and 2 as they battle side by side down the back straightaway. Trailer gets a great run out of corner number 2. He'll jump down in front of Keith Prince. Prince will stick right there to his back bumper as the 56 of Drucker getting a big shove on the outside lane from his teammate. Oh baby, a little bit squirrely right there. A lot of movement out of these guys. This is what comes in a very dangerous position out there on the racetrack when these guys start shuffling around like they are. Everyone's on the edge of their seat. Everyone's trying to find that extra lane, that extra position to work their self a little farther forward here. That's where mistakes are made. That's where big ones can happen. And when we come to, super speedways, I mean, Atlanta used to never be a super speedway, but now a super speedway racetrack. I mean, you just get these guys stacked up on top of one another, man. It's going to be a great show, a great race all night long. A lot of movement, a lot of different drivers coming to the front, falling to the back, back and forth, and back and forth. It's going to be an up and down day here, I think, for majority of the drivers here this evening. So it'll be fun to see what these guys are able to do. As it's your boy CJ in the chat says, let's go racing, boys. Let's get it, CJ. Let's get it, my man. As Mr. Fantastic says, number 5. Blue Angels ride is sick. Yeah, Matt Hayden, beautiful looking ride out there on the Speedway. The Blue Angels, number 5 machine out there on the Speedway, looking fresh as always in that U.S. Navy ride. As man, that thing is definitely looking sharp out there on the Speedway. Kyle Hayden says yes, and he's hiding a jet engine in the truck bed, in the bed of the truck. Oh gosh, that's interesting. That's interesting. A little jet engine under there, a little take flight maybe, and work his way to the front of the field. I'm sure he's going to want to turn that on late in the race and hope that he can work himself potentially into victory lane. And since your boy CJ says, when is your next dirt race? That is a good question, CJ. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I know our Wednesday series, they are currently off for like a bit of a summer break, so they're going to be off for a little bit. I'm not 100% sure when we may have the next one. We do have some time off next week with our Monday series still not back yet. Tuesdays aren't back. Wednesdays are off now as well. Our Thursday league has a couple weeks off for their summer break, so they got a 2-week vacation. So we kind of got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. All depends on, you know, if I'm working or what I'm doing for work. I mean, if I'm doing concrete or something like that, then I'll probably take the night off. But if it's just a nice, easy day for your boy, then potentially we may jump on, go live, just throw a couple random hosted sessions up and just have some fun where we'll probably do some dirt track racing because those move along a little bit quicker. They tend not to take as long as what a NASCAR race does, but we may throw 1 or 2, you know, short run NASCAR races into the mix as well for us to enjoy some of these guys out there as well. So be on the lookout for that. We'll keep you guys updated through our Discord and through YouTube as well, and probably our Facebook page as well, to let you guys know if we are going to host some sessions there throughout next week. But here tonight, man, it's all full throttle, and it's the Full Throttle Outlaws Racing League putting together a great show, man. It's been door-to-door, side-by-side action here right from the drop of the green flag as Eric Hengdel's worked his way to the inside lane here. He's out in front of David Trailer and Keith Prince, and now for the Red Bull number 11, he's hoping that Trailer can push him out in front, lead some laps here, but man, teammates hooked up back there on the outside lane. I mean, you see all these Black Betty racing rides with Drucker, Combs, and McNutt all right there tight together, man. It's going to be tough to beat those guys. This field is going to have to try to work their way forward here as it's your boy says, it was great. Went here in February. It was great. Yeah, I mean, it produces some incredible racing, some amazing racing, man. EchoPark Speedway. I was always a pretty good fan of the old one. I really liked the tire wear aspect of the, the old Atlanta Motor Speedway before the repave. But, I mean, since that repave, I mean, it took them a little while. Once they kind of figured out that it's more of a drafting track and everyone kind of started to play into that hand, I mean, obviously it's produced some crazy, crazy racing. 2-wide, 3-wide battles out there, being a mile and a half compared to regular super speedways when we look at Daytona or Talladega that are, 2.5-mile racetracks. It's such a huge different feel. Things just happen so much quicker, so much faster, especially when you're 2-3 wide and then you throw it into a mile and a half racetrack. I mean, it is just absolute chaos, and it produces some amazing racing, man. It would be something to see, that is for certain, in person. But for right now, we get the virtual aspect of it. And for the HendrickUSA.com, number 56, Jack Drucker, he's out in front, he's leading the field, and hoping that his teammates can keep him just there in front of Eric Hengel. Hengel, though, just still working to that inside, trying to beat him back down across the line. They've been tight a few times here, and we'll see again down across the line. I mean, My overlay says that Drucker led that lap, so I mean, it seems like every time that they head down across the line, Drucker just noses out in front of the 11 machine and leads another lap out there on the Speedway. And unfortunately for Eric Hengel, he hasn't had a chance to really lead a lap out there on the Speedway. For Keith Prince, though, he's right there in the mix for our pole sitter here this evening as Prince. I'd say Prince is probably one of the dark horses here, not only to win this race, but I think whenever we come to these racetracks, it always seems to be Keith Prince who gets the best qualifying effort, man. I don't know what it is, but if I had to put the fate of the universe onto somebody qualifying in the pole position in a race, I would probably put it onto Keith Prince's shoulders to get it done, man. He seems to always find that speed, that extra gear, and working his way, into that pole position. I don't know what it is, but it's worked out perfectly for that 3 ride, and he's gotten a lot of poles here in this Full Throttle Outlaws Racing League. And a few of the other leagues that we've seen him in, he finds his way into the pole position as well. So it's definitely a qualifying ringer, that is for certain, as Drucker, Hengel, door-to-door, still out there on the racetrack. Everyone else, I feel for a lot of these drivers, still kind of holding back here a little bit. We've seen Skylar Berry make some moves. He's worked his way up 9 positions on the racetrack. Clinton Woodby, he's up 3 or 4 there in that beautiful 92 machine, trying to inch his way forward. When we look a little farther back here at drivers like Colton Hardy, maybe even drivers like Harrison Crosby, Bruce Bernard, Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr., not really pushing the subject, just a little bit more out of it, just kind of cruise control back here deeper in the field. I mean, even throw in the 59 of Trevor McManus, Schilling right there as well. I mean, Hardy back here in that 97 ride. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of room to go, but they can definitely start to move around, and if you slice and dice through the lanes, you can tend to work your way forward. When you look at Skylar Berry, I mean, he's worked his way, decently forward out there on the racetrack, and for Berry, I mean, he's gained some good positions early in this race. We'll have to see if he can keep on moving forward, if he can keep on finding that extra little bit of speed, that extra little bit of momentum, and trying to work his way up into our top 10 here this evening. But as of right now, I mean, it's Drucker who continues just to lead the way here. Drucker, Hengel, door-to-door still for the top spot, as It's Boy says, any Ram trucks? I believe there is a couple. I believe Joe Yakes back here in this 87 ride. He runs a Ram. I believe him and Evan Schilling are the only 2 Ram trucks out there on the Speedway. See if we can get another good look here at this beautiful Ram ride. There you go. There is the Ram right there of Mr. Yakes, as you see 3 wide back behind him, and that's another Ram truck down low going 3 wide. The Mar machine, the Mopar ride of Mr. Evan Schilling, trying to work his way maybe a little farther forward. Took him 3 wide down through corner number 3, and now here he is making some moves, trying to slice and dice his way up towards the front of the pack here. As Schilling back there a little deeper, is the only two Ram trucks out there on the field. I mean, that's quite surprising. I mean, Ford is another one that's kind of lacking with drivers out there. Skylar Berry and I believe Zach Kelly, the only 2 Fords also out there on the Speedway. We got a lot of Chevys. We got a lot of Toyotas. Unfortunately, not a lot of Fords or Ram trucks out there on the Speedway. But, man, some great battling, some great racing out there on the Speedway as Hengel and Drucker still door-to-door out there on the Speedway, as Mark Miller in the chat, Jackie Miller in the chat says, let's go Prince, cheering on Keith Prince here this evening as he's in that beautiful USA ride, that beautiful looking Johnny Johnson Motorsports machine of Mr. Prince. He's back up into the 4th position here as they've kind of split up the drivers in the outside lane, so it looked like David Trailer got a lane, got an opening right there, jumped in between the pair, well, technically the trio of the Black Betty Motorsports rides, as he jumps in between Drucker and Gomes. And now Gomes got to push the 54, and my gosh, there's a big shove right there. Almost took that 54 for a ride. Luckily enough, he's able to keep it pointing in the right direction as Drucker does pull out in front here. He's now kind of cleared the rest of the field and now looks to try to keep this 11 of Hengel back there at bay. Hengel, though, goes way up the racetrack, trying to find find something, and now here comes Keith Prince. As they go up the track, they start to battle for the outside lane, obviously for the 56, and Drucker trying to keep himself out of the, trying to keep these guys back there. And Bezo, hang on to it. Prince slideways down through 3 and 4, but he'll pull up door to door. Now with Drucker, unfortunately here for Hagdahl and for that 54. Outside lane just did not get going right there as they were trying to make a move. Hagdahl tried to jump to the outside of the 56, tried to split them. Unfortunately, did not work out, and now they've kind of backed right back up here to door with that inside lane. And for Keith Prince, he's looking to try to jump out in front, lead some laps, put this USA ride maybe into a position to win our stage here this afternoon, as we will see our first stage come to a close at the completion of lap number 40. So we got 130 laps of racing action here this evening, 130 laps to duke it out here in this one. 40 laps in, we will see a caution flag for our stage break. So for each and every one of these drivers, I mean, you got to keep that in the back of your mind here. Whether it's fuel, tires, whatever your game plan is, whatever you need to try to put yourself into the winning position, you got some time still. You got a lot of time here in this stage to move forward or to fall backwards. Unfortunately, the inside lane kind of falling apart. They're all spread out back there, as we did see the 0-1 of Rooster Ron unfortunately push up the racetrack, scrape that outside fence, and unfortunately for the Lost Society, number 0-1 ride falls all the way back into the 19th position here on the Speedway. So for Rooster, going the wrong way out there on the Speedway, but maybe now in a little bit better of a position. Maybe now in a little bit better of a spot out there on the racetrack. Is that Hello Kitty on the back of that car? What in the world we got here? It is Hello Kitty on the back of this thing. What in the world? This Lost Society ride, I mean, I like the random logos and stuff. The DC logos in there. It looks like a skateboard on that roof and onto the spoiler here. I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm not 100% sold on the Hello Kitty on the trunk lid, though. That one definitely is a little throwing us through a loop here. But nonetheless, I mean, great looking truck, great looking ride. Hopefully we can rebound from that mistake as Hagdahl, Drucker once again door to door again. Drucker on the outside, lined up with his teammates as the 54 ride jumps right back down in behind Eric Hagdahl, trying to push this beautiful Red Bull Racing number 11 up to the front of the field here, as it's deja vu all over again with Hagdahl, Drucker, Prince 1, 2, and 3 on the inside lane in the Black Medi Motorsports trio in the outside lane, being led by Drucker, Combs, and McNutt back there in that third spot on the outside groove here this evening. As Mr. Fantastic says, is that the Stroker Ace number 17 Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit Special Car Classic on the 17 ride? Bruce Bernard, there it is. Yeah, that is the Chicken Pit ride out there on the Speedway, man. The Chicken Pit machine rolling out there on the Speedway. That is absolutely it. That's a good eye right there, Mr. Fantastic. Great eye there on that Chicken Pit machine as classic, man. Stroker Race number 17. Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit Special Car, man. Absolute classic right there. Absolutely beautiful. And for Bruce, I mean, he's hanging out back here in that 23rd position. Hasn't really moved forward anywhere, but just kind of biding his time, playing it safe here. That's a big thing here at these super speedways. If there is a wreck, if there is something crazy that happens in front of you, if you're far enough back, you may be able to keep yourself out of it, but you don't want to fall too far back where you lose that draft. Unfortunately for Brian Cunningham, he has lost that draft, and he has fallen 8 seconds behind that lead pack. And unfortunately, back here deeper in the field, but out in front, Drucker Hagdahl still holding on to the top spot here, as It's Your Boy says. We're basically running a real-life truck race. I believe that in real life is 134 laps. Oh, that's probably accurate. I'm not sure. NASCAR trucks at EchoPark. It was actually only 125 laps, but I believe, however, it was shortened to 125 laps due to broadcast time constraints ahead of the Cup Series race weekend. So it's scheduled for 135, but they only ran 125. So yeah, virtually full-length NASCAR Truck Series race here at EchoPark Speedway this afternoon, which is crazy. I mean, these guys are doing a fantastic job, man. We've ran already now a huge chunk of this race. I mean, we're 31 laps in. It's clean and green. These guys are putting together a great show for all the fans in the stands, and man, this definitely been amazing. As It's Your Boy says, also where I got to see Kyle Busch win. Yeah, that's a crazy one right there. That's a crazy one, man. I mean, I've never been to a NASCAR race personally. I mean, I'd have to travel all the way down to the States and everything else. Someday I probably will. I don't know where I would go. I'm a dirt track kind of guy, so I think it'd be tough, but potentially could go to like a Talladega or something, maybe Charlotte, where you have the dirt track there as well, so you can watch some dirt racing on the same weekend as the Cup Series and, you know, Xfinity trucks, everything else. It's probably something I would maybe do in the future. I don't see it anytime soon, but that's probably something on the bucket list for your boy. But one of his last two. I mean, his last was literally, what, 5 days, 6 days prior to his passing. I mean, he won at Dover literally the Friday before he passed away, and then the next Thursday, unfortunately, he had passed. I mean, it's absolutely crazy that, I mean, the dude was just in victory lane celebrating a truck win there at Dover, and then, you know, 5, 6 days later, unfortunately passing away, man. Heartbreaking one, but out in front, Trucker continues to lead the way. He's looking to try to add to his points lead as he's trying to put this 56 ride into another stage win here this evening for what has been just an incredible run, an incredible season so far for Jack Trucker. He's looking to add to that here this evening, and obviously it gets a whole lot easier when you got your teammates lined up right there behind you. You know that they're going to stick with you. You know that they're not going to make a big move to get around you or to try to move you out of the way or anything else here. So I think for Drucker, I mean, he's feeling pretty a-okay, especially now as they've started to pull away from that inside lane just ever so slightly. Now they can make a charge, they can build up that momentum and speed and battle right back down to his inside, but now that he's clear of the 11 ride, they can start to throw some blocks right here. They can move down, they can try to keep themselves in front of the 11 machine and try to put themselves, you know, kind of in a good position where they can kind of control not only the inside lane, but that outside lane as well. But I think you're just going to see this 56 try to just stay there in that outside lane, help his teammates out, help kind of keep that outside lane going a little stronger, and hoping to, hey, potentially that could put him into another stage win here this evening. As Drucker has just been an absolute man on a mission here. He's been absolutely crazy each and every single one of these races, man. Always one of the trucks to beat. Doesn't matter which racetrack we go to. He finds his way to the front of the field, and here again today, he's right there leading the charge on the Speedway. Braden Combs in position number 2. Hagdall's there in third technically with the From Energy 48 ride, the Folds of Honor ride. Brennan McNutt back there in that fourth position, third on the outside lane as they're moving around still a lot more down this front straightaway. And for these drivers, they know that time is running out. There's only 3 laps left to go here in this stage. If you want those stage points, if you want to work your way potentially into the stage win, then you need to get moving. You need to find a way to battle back to that 56 of Jack Drucker. Unfortunately, though, it is a lot easier said than done. And for Drucker, he is going to continue to clear the inside lane, just continue to keep on rolling there in that outside groove, and he will lead lap number 38. Only a couple laps left to go here in stage number 1, as Mr. Fantastic says. Number 56 making this look easy so far. Yeah, so far, I mean, Drucker, Combs, McNutt, I mean, they've just been lined up 1, 2, and 3 out there on the Speedway. They've had Matt Hayden there behind them in that beautiful Blue Angels number 5 ride. I mean, Hayden's just kind of stuck with them here, and it's starting to work out more and more into their favor as we see virtually what is the white flag here for our first and only stage break of the day. Our final lap here in stage number 1 as Jack Drucker, Brandon Combs 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, man, I don't know if Hagel is going to be able to find that run, but he needs a big shove right here and some help down low to try to work their way forward. Unfortunately, looks like a little bit of a block, some air dump onto the nose of the 11. No one will get there, and it's the 56 of Jack Drucker who will pick up our first stage win of the day. So Drucker picks up the stage win. Brandon Combs will come home in second. And I believe the 48 right across the line, Brendan McNutt, may have been scored in that third position. So it may be a Black Betty racing 1, 2, and 3 here in stage number 1. Absolute epic performance there by those drivers. Hagel back in 4th with David Traylor there in 5th. Matt Hayden's back in 6th. Keith Prince, Joe Yakes, Stephen Luttrell, and Skylar Berry rounding at our top 10 here in stage number 1. Clinton Woodby, Modesty, Brody Bente, Colton Hardy, Zach Kelly back there running at our top 15 with Trevor McManus, Jesse Calloway, Evan Schilling, Jesse Wise, Harrison Crosby. There's Harrison back there in that 20th position with Rooster Rodden, Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr., Bruce Bernard Jr., and Brian Cunningham. Luckily enough, did not go a lap down. He'll be able to reel up, catch up to the rear of this field, and keep himself on the lead lap, keep himself right in the battle in that 32 ride, as we will see everybody make their way down pit side. So here we go. Pit stops for the first time here this evening. Obviously for these drivers, I mean, they can make it 40 laps of green flag racing. They were able to just do that right there. So it'll be interesting to see if potentially green flag pit stops will come up here this afternoon. That could be a huge, crazy break here. It could be a game changer for all these drivers if we do see green flag pit stops. Is David Traylor going to stay out? So Traylor does not pit. He stays out on the racetrack. He will lead lap number 42. So for Traylor, I'm not sure if he was just trying to lead a lap here or if this is a different bit of strategy he's trying to roll with, as we see all these drivers down pit lane. A lot of them going with 4 tires, some of them going with 2 tires here, as it does look like a 2-tire stop for Keith Prince. That will get him out in second. Eric Hagel, Brandon Combs, they were tied off there. Same with Jack Drucker. Drucker, unfortunately, looks like he's going to come out of the pits back in about the 5th position, as Brandon Combs will come out in technically the 3rd spot. We'll see what Traylor ends up doing here, but Combs in 3rd, Hagel there in 4th, Drucker falls back into 5th, Brendan McNutt there in 6th, Matt Hayden's in 7th, with Joe Yakes, Stephen Luttrell, and Skylar Berry rounding out the top 10 here for this restart. But for David Traylor, I mean, this is a bold strategy staying out. I mean, I don't know what the call is here. I don't know what the strategy is for the 54. I can't assume that Fuel would go much farther than this, so that's going to be interesting to see, like, if he's going to have to make a green flag pit stop, or he's just banking on a quick caution flag here off the restart. I don't know. It'll be really, really fun to see, but it's your boy says, I believe on the weekend of Talladega in October, they had a dirt race on the 23rd and the 24th, I believe, which is on the same weekend as the Talladega race in October. That one would be, I believe that's right. I mean, they usually do whenever NASCAR is there, because they know they're going to fill the stands. So if they put on a big race, if they get, the High Limit Series or Super Dirt Car, somebody like that, especially on a race weekend with, Charlotte or Talladega or any of the other tracks that have dirt tracks connected to them, when you look at Las Vegas Motor Speedway and some of the other ones as well, definitely helps put you into that position where you're filling the stands. You know that the race fans are more than likely probably going to check out some of the dirt track action. Now, there's some that don't like dirt, so they aren't going to show up, but there's a lot that just like racing in general. They're going to be there no matter what. So definitely not a bad idea for any racetrack or surrounding racetrack of a a NASCAR series to make sure you put on some sort of a special or big show, especially when those guys are in town, especially because it may entice one of those drivers, whether it be Kyle Larson or Chase Briscoe, Seabell, so many of these guys that, even William Byron's been doing a little bit more, Alex Bowman as well. A lot of these, NASCAR guys love to go to dirt tracks. They love to run the dirt and kind of, get their toes back into their roots and back into the, dirt that kind of got them to NASCAR. So definitely interesting, as Matthew in the chat says, come on, 48 says, come on, Vernon, cheering on the number 48 ride of Mr. Brennan McNutt, as McNutt back there in that 6th position for the restart, as restart definitely going a little bit more single file here. This one kind of caught us off guard. David Traylor, though, out in front. He does have that race lead, but now he's going to pull off to the inside. Okay, so here comes Traylor. He's headed right down pit road here. This is interesting that Traylor's going to hit pit lane right after everyone was just down pit road for the stage break. So this is I don't understand the strategy here for David Traylor. Maybe he was just looking for a number that he needed to hit to make sure that he was good on fuel to get to the end of this race. Oh, hang on to it. Look out. Here we go. Oh, somehow Woodby's kept this straight. So hasn't Keith Prince. They're both still rolling, putting it in the right direction. What a save out of both drivers. That was absolutely insane. That's going to really open things up here this evening, as that's going to split this field up. But what a save by both of these drivers right here. Look at the 3 ride just there in this picture with Matt Hayden on his back bumper. He's sideways. Hayden gets a little piece of that back bumper, helps him kind of get a little bit more sideways as he washes down onto the apron. Clinton Woodby's trying to get checked up, trying to get underneath the 36. He gets a little contact from the 4 of Jesse Calloway, but look at the save out of both of these drivers. Absolutely incredible that they were able to keep these things pointing in the right direction. Look at Clinton Woodby, still sideways, down and out of core number 2, and somehow or another keeps that thing rolling, keeps that thing in the right direction, and we keep on battling here, clean and green, out there on the Speedway. Unfortunately now, for the 92, and for a lot of these drivers, things have kind of gotten a lot more open up back there deeper in the field, but out in front, they're still battling hard. 2 wide, 3 wide, is out in front. It's Brandon Combs who leads the charge. So the Black Benny Motorsports team still hooked together here in the outside lane, as now it's Combs that leads the charge with Drucker and McNutt back there in tow. The 46 of Skylar Berry has been navigating his way up through the traffic here really nicely throughout that first run of the day, and now here in run number 2, he's just worked his way up quite a few more positions, and now up and in to position number 3. He's got Hayden there on his back bumper. Joe Yanks, that number 59 of McManus, is right there ready to pounce. Here comes Eric Hagdell trying to work his way back into the battle. Same with Colton Hardy. Great to see Colton up there. The 0-1 of Rooster Ron in there, as well as Jesse Wise, as our top 11 have split away from the rest of the field here. Bit of a gap all the way back here to Stephen Luttrell, Zach Kelly, Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr. Then you see a little door-to-door with Keith Prince in the 4 ride of Jesse Calloway. Harrison Crosby right there with him, trying to help his Johnny Johnson Motorsports teammate out here on the Speedway. Bruce Bernard in the chicken pit ride, rolls there in 18th with Evan Schilling, Rusty Modesty, Clinton Woodby back there, then Brody Bente a little farther back here, as he does have the 32 of Brian Cunningham there with him. And unfortunately for David Traylor, looks like Traylor, I don't know if Traylor maybe had to go, if he had to take off early, so he just wanted to lead a lap, making sure he got that extra point, got the points for the stage there as well. And unfortunately, it looks like he's looking that 54 ride down behind pit wall and out of this race. So a bit of a heartbreaker there for Traylor, that he's not going to be able to finish this one off. As Matthew says, me and him met on heat 2 or 3. Jeez, That is a while ago, Matthew. That is a while ago, man. That's pretty cool, man. When you get some lifetime friends through racing, whether it be video game racing or in real life racing, love to see it. As Laura Stacy, what's good, Laura? Laura in the chat says, "Let's go! Come on, number 5! Come on, 5!" Cheering on Matt out there on the Speedway right now. Matt up inside the top 5 in that beautiful blue Angels US and Navy Toyota there, just rolling nicely here. Working that inside lane, trying to help out Skylar Berry get to the front of the field. Unfortunately, inside lane continues to keep on falling back as Matthew says, "Dang it, Brennan, I know it's not his fault, but I love blaming him. It's always his fault. It's always his fault. I'll blame him too." Come on, Brennan says, "Push, baby, push. Push it, baby." Start in park. I mean, I don't know if I really necessarily call it start in park. I mean, he did run 45 laps. Led some laps, battled hard there in stage number 1. Put on a bit of a show for us. Unfortunately, just did not go any farther. And now we do see Rooster Rodden also hitting pit lane right here. Evan Schilling also down pit side. So this has got to be some sort of a strategy call for these drivers. I don't understand why they'd be down pit road after, 10 laps of racing action here. So, I mean, for Evan Schilling and Rooster Rodden, definitely very odd that they hit pit road. That's going to put both of them more than likely lap down. Rooster's already a lap down. Evan Schilling's trying to build up that speed, but he's lost a lap as well here. So, unfortunately for both drivers, now back behind the 8 ball here, back in a very, very tough position as you do see the rest of the field kind of catching back up to that lead pack, and we got them all squished back together in the party is just getting started here once again. It's our top 18, actually I guess top 16 all together, with Harrison Crosby at the back of this pack. Modesty and Wood be a little farther back there, running in 17th and 18th. Brody Bente, the 63 ride, Brian Cunningham, and I believe that is the 17 of Bruce Bernard, back here in 19th, 20th, and 21st. Kind of a little farther back here, but still in a very, very safe position out there on the Speedway. But for Brandon Combs, Skylar Berry, still duking it out here, and now you start to see that lap traffic coming into frame. That is that 77 ride of Evan Schilling, who is about to potentially go a second lap down out there on the Speedway, man. That's going to put him in a very, very difficult spot, and we do see Rooster still down pit side here as well. So I'm not sure if Rooster's going to get rolling back out onto the racetrack there in that Lost Society 0-1 ride is the Hello Kitty machine parked down pit road here, and we'll have to wait and see if he does rejoin the battle, rejoin this race. As you do see Evan Schilling unfortunately losing another lap. Now he is still in the lucky dog position. Even though he's 2 laps down, he is still in that free pass spot here this evening, as he's going to fall 2 laps down. He's going to need a couple caution flags to try to get a couple lucky dogs and try to work himself back into the magic here. Take a look here at Zach Kelly's ride, man. We love to see this car. Beautiful looking all-star game paint scheme here this evening with the Philly pinstripes as well here as the all-star game. I mean, it's in Philadelphia here in 2026. That's actually news to me. I didn't even know that. And I'm a Phillies fan. I love this car, though, man. I love seeing the Fanatic on the side of it, man. Looks absolutely insane. Looks beautiful out there on the Speedway. As Matthew says, Hello Kitty needed a nap. Yeah. Unfortunately, that kitty definitely has taken a nap down pit road here. I'm not sure if we're going to see Rooster get back out there. Looks like he has taken his car actually now behind pit wall and potentially out of this race. So potentially early exits here for both David Traylor and Rooster Rod, and heartbreaker there for both competitors as their night's going to potentially come to an early close. As the battling, though, it's not done yet, man. These guys are still duking it out, still battling hard, and I'm super surprised, chat, that we haven't seen, a flag of a different color come out other than one time here for that stage break. I'm not even going to say it because I do not want to jinx us, but these guys just doing a fantastic job. Great racing, great battling, even with the, door-to-door, a lot of, different moves, a lot of different momentum here, and we've seen, 2 wide, 3 wide, even a little bit at times 4 wide out there on the Speedway. But, these guys just putting together a hell of a show for us, man. 60 laps completed here, 70 laps left to go here in this one, man. Give a round of applause for all these drivers, man. Virtually now, you know, we're rolling in towards 60 laps of nonstop green flag racing, which is incredible. As Brandon Combs, Skylar Berry again, door to doors. Oh, hang on to it, Matt Hayden. Oh, that was so close to the yellow flag coming out. Oh, man, let's throw it back. Let's take a look as this Blue Angels truck almost went airborne, almost went for a ride here as, man, this was close call right here between him and McNutt as it looks like Hayden just gets tight out of corner number 4, pushes up the racetrack just ever so slightly. When he does, I mean, right there, tries to catch it. Him and McNutt make contact. Here comes Yanks and everyone else. They split around him. A lot of drivers rolled out of it. Luckily enough, able to, you know, not see the 5 ride or anyone else go around in front of them and potentially put them into a bad spot. But unfortunately now, for McNutt and for the 5 machine of Matt Hayden, they both do fall down a couple spots out there on the racetrack. But another huge save into one of these incredible drivers here this evening, man. Those saves have been unreal so far here this evening to keep this thing under the green flag here today. As Brendan McNutt, Jack Drucker continuing to lead the charge here, 1 and 2. The 87 of Joe Yanks hang on to it, got up a little high there through that quad oval. Almost got a little piece of that outside fence, and he's got to be careful because I know McNutt's right there behind him. McNutt would love to try to work his way back around this 87, put himself right back, 1, 2, and 3 in that outside lane with his teammates as the Black Betty Motorsports team always working together, always trying to stick together out there, especially when it comes to any of these plate style racetracks. But that inside lane has gotten moving here, and here comes Skylar Berry, door to door down across the line. Combs leads that lap, but Skylar Berry is there, and he is looking to try to take this top spot away from him as Steven Luttrell all over his back bumper. Matt Hayden gets lined back up in that bottom groove here, trying to help these guys out a little bit, as we did see again. 87 ride definitely has gotten a little bit squirrely a few times out there on the Speedway. If you're Brendan McNutt, you're trying to push hard because you're trying to help your teammates out, but at the same time, you don't want to push too hard as the 87 just does not work out too swell out there on the Speedways. Matthew says Brendan doesn't need teammates. He doesn't need them. He doesn't need them. Well, teamwork definitely makes the dream work, and when it comes to these plate races, it's always better to have friends around you and at the front of the field than, friends, parked down pit side and not with you out there where you can get left hung and dry, and unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. As you see, the 87 leaves that middle lane open. The 48 ride will shove his nose into it. They're now 3 wide for position number 3 as McNutt's trying to work his way back to his teammate's back bumper, as they will stay 3 wide here. As a great piece of driving by Joe Yanks in the outside lane, as they're still 3 wide down and out of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. McNutt trying to get that draft off his teammates with a side draft for the 87. Rolling that outside lane has helped keep him right there with them, but now out of corner number 4. There it is. The 48 gets the run he was looking for, able to clear the 87 of Yanks, and that will move the Black Betty Motorsports team right back to 1, 2, and 3 in that outside lane. We saw Jack Drucker take a big block there on the 46. The Skylar Berry trying to keep that inside groove back there at bay. Throwing those blocks every once in a while, they'll help. They'll work out for you, but in the long run, could potentially hurt you, as we do see, more movement here. Yanks tries to battle back underneath the 48 ride of McNutt. They're 3 wide again. Now McNutt's on the outside lane. He's kind of left high and dry here, as looks like Yanks may get a little help here. 59 ride, maybe going to roll with them. That may help them out, but man, they're still 3 wide. Look out, some contact. There they go. Drucker's around. Barry's around. Look out, Steven Luttrell tied up in it as well. Big hits as our first caution flag of the day flies, and some of our front runners just absolutely got tore apart. Big contact there for the HendrickCars.com, number 56, a Drucker, Skylar Berry. A lot of damage here as well. Let's take a look back at it, as it looks like, I don't know if Berry maybe just gets a piece of the apron right here. I think that kind of what starts this whole process right here, as I believe you're going to watch this QH Designs Mission 22, 46 right there, gets a piece of the apron right there, and it just kind of pulls this truck around. And unfortunately, as that happens, yeah, you just see him right here, into the apron, and then all of a sudden it looks like the left front just hooks into it. Rear end steps out and around on him. Nowhere to go for Steven Luttrell. And then everyone else trying to move up the racetrack to avoid it here. You see Drucker move too far up, though. Gets into the outside fence. And then Hayden, I don't know if there's contact there between Hayden and the 56 right or not, but definitely a close call right there for him. Let's see if we can take another look at it here and see potentially Matt Hayden and a piece of this number 56. Yeah, right there. Obviously, all that momentum lost in the checkup, the contact there with the outside fence. Hayden does get a piece of him. That shoots him back down the racetrack, but you see the 46 ride. As he's sideways, he's trying to save it, trying to keep this thing pointed the right direction, and unfortunately for Skylar Berry, it snap hooks back up the racetrack right into the lap here. McManus, nowhere to go for the 59 ride. Big hit there for McManus as the 56 watches back down the racetrack. Clips the number 36 of Steven Luttrell. Luttrell, big hit there for that 36 ride. And obviously for a lot of these other drivers that are somehow or another able to find their way through it. But you take a look, Zach Kelly gets a piece of it. Looks like obviously maybe Eric Hengel as well in there. As here we go, you see the 56. Bam, right there down the racetrack. Big hit into that right rear of the 36 ride. You do see Zach Kelly. Hagdell do get some contact there as well. Unfortunately, some pretty crazy action right there. And that's kind of what we're expecting to see here. The tight racing, the battling, and everyone duking it out as tight as they've been all night long to be able to make it there. What, 70 laps almost? Clean and green, no caution flags. I mean, still incredible action here by these drivers as we're right there just past our halfway marker here this evening as we're just past halfway to go here this evening as Matthew says he's a terrible teammate. I'll send you a video of him wrecking me in Heat 4. Oh, gosh. I can believe it. As Kyle says, afterburner saved Matt right there. It definitely did. Said, never mind. He went too fast. Unfortunately, those jet engines, they don't shut down as quickly as what a regular brake pedal on one of these trucks can handle. So unfortunately for Hayden, does get a little contact in it, but luckily enough, not too much damage. But this really does flip the script here as we do see Brody Bente going to stay out. Bente does not pit. He stays out here. He's going to lead the charge here and lead this restart for Brandon Combs. He'll come out in second. Back there in third will be the number 48 ride of Brendan McNutt, so he'll be lined up with his teammate there in the 28 ride. So Combs and McNutt down low will at least have each other out there on the racetrack. Zach Kelly there in fourth in that beautiful America 250, number 21 ride. He'll restart in fourth. Matt Hayden's there in fifth in his Blue Angels number 5. Colton Hardy in the beautiful 97 ride will be to his outside in that 6th position. Get a good look here at that QH Designs number 97, man. Looking beautiful. The thank you to veterans on the back bumper of that 97 as he's ready to roll here from that 6th position on the restart. Jesse Wise, Keith Prince there in row number 4 with the 7 of Harrison Crosby and Clinton Wood be running at our top 10. Jesse Calloway, Eric Hagdell, Skylar Berry back in 13th. Rusty Modesty, Bruce Bernard, Steven Luttrell. We do see Joe Yanks, Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr., Jack Drucker's all the way back in 19th with Brian Cunningham, Trevor McManus there in 21st, and I believe for Evan Schilling, it got the lucky dog, the free pass, and now only one lap down out there on the Speedway. As here we go, back to battle. Our front row, great launch, great start right there for Bente, but Combs sticks right with them, and now Combs trying to clear this number 63 as they head down and out of corner number 2. Unfortunately, yet no help for either drivers. They're waiting for some more of these cats to roll up as, oh, there's contact. Look out. There goes the 63. Oh, big hit there for Hagdell. Jesse Wise, Skylar Berry collecting it. The chicken pit machine gets some contact, and just like that, back. Caution flags here with the Full Throttle Outlaws Racing League as our race leaders get tied together. Let's take a look at it here. I'm not sure if maybe Combs came up to try to side draft a little bit off that 63, or if the 63 started to come down to try to pinch him a little lower into corner number 3. But nonetheless, let's take a look at it as this is where it gets started. The party's happening right here. It looks like, yeah, I don't know, the 28 kind of holds his line right there in the middle. Looks like the 63 starts to come down. Looks like he's trying to arc it into the corner here to run more of that middle lane. Maybe trying to pinch the 28 a little bit. Unfortunately, was not clear. They make contact, and that's just going to spin this 63 right around. And as that happens, you see Colton Hardy go around there himself. Luckily enough, no contact there for Hardy, but big hit here for Eric Hegdel, for Jesse Wise. A lot of these drivers, there's really nowhere for them to go out there on the racetrack. Because let's take a look here. Watch it on board with Wise right here. You can't see anything. You don't know what's happening in front of you. And all of a sudden, boom, there's a car sideways. He's right in front of you. You try to roll out of it. Unfortunately, nowhere for you to go, man. Big hit there for Wise. Big hit for a few of these drivers that all of a sudden just got tore up down and through corner number 3 and 4. Let's take another look at it here as the Shitty Coolers machine just jumped up to the outside lane. If he would have stayed low, it probably would have worked out for him, but unfortunately right there, big hit. Same with Eric Hegdel. Looks like Modesty's going to get some good contact into that. This 46 ride also getting collected in that, so more damage there in contact for Skylar Berry, as you will watch 69 up into the outside fence. Here's the 46 getting up there. Berry to kiss the outside fence, and Brody Bente just trying to hang on to this thing as he washes down the racetrack. The chicken pit ride, we'll get a little piece of him right there, a little contact there as well. So unfortunately there for a bunch of these drivers, man, getting tied up in our second caution flag for issues out there on the Speedway, as we've seen now. This is our third caution flag of the day, one for our stage break now, back-to-back yellows midway through this race as we inch closer and closer to that checkered flag. These restarts will continue to get more and more intense, but out in front, it's Zach Kelly who consumes the race lead. Zach Kelly now our new race leader. Brennan McNutt there in second. Prince is in third with Colton Hardy. Clinton Woodby our top 5. Harrison Crosby, Jesse Calloway, Stephen Luttrell, Joe Yakes, and Jack Drucker round out our top 10. Brandon Combs back in position number 11. Looks like Combs may be taking an EOL here. May feel that maybe he potentially caused that caution flag. So instead of potentially getting penalized for future races or anything else, maybe just trying to own up to it now, even if it wasn't 100% on him, or if it, was too close to call from the cockpit. Honestly, for the 28 ride, makes the call, will pay the price here. He'll fall the rear of the field. Luckily enough, this is a super speedway, so making up that track position may not be super hard for a fast truck like this 28 machine, and I'm sure without a doubt, by the end of the night, we should see this 28 ride try to battle his way back up there, but now he's going to have to try to work his way through the Hornet's Nest, through the middle of his pack, and try to race his way up there to the front. And now for Evan Schilling, he says thank you very much for that contact, for that caution flag, as that does give him another wave around. Another lucky dog there for the 77, and for Evan Schilling, he's back on a lead lap, and from 2 laps down now, right back into the action as he'll restart back in 22nd and look to try to get that Dodge Ram 77 ride back up towards the front of the field here as we get them all stacked up door to door, ready to rumble, ready to duke it out here again as the Citizens Bank MLB All-Star Game number 21 as Zach Kelly will get ready to see this green flag fly. He'll look to keep Brennan McNutt in the rest of this field back there at bay for as long as he can, as here we go. Back down and out of corner number 4. Green flag back into the air through the EchoPark restart zone, and here we go. Back to battle here this evening. Kyle says, you need some Tim Hortons. Oh, brother, I would kill for a double-double right now in a Canadian Maple. That is for dang certain. That would be absolutely creme de la creme. That would be absolutely perfect, brother, and I would love to have me a nice Timmy's double-double right now. That is for show. As Zach Kelly, man, great restart, great launch. Is Kelly able to keep that 21 ride out in front? He now fierce. Honestly, the 48 and that 3 machine. He's got a half a truck length between himself. He's trying to keep himself in front of him. I thought for sure we'd see him maybe trying to move up. He's trying to maybe throw some blocks here and keep the inside and outside wing back there at bay, but he's just going to stick with Keith Prince down low. That may cost him this top spot as McNutt able to just roll that momentum right to his outside, and they'll be door to door now for the race lead. Is McNutt looking for the race lead as he's got that Bolt of Honor. Number 48 Ryan rolling here on the outside. Groove is hang on to it. Harrison Crosby. Oh no, Harrison having himself such a good run. There is the caution flag. Back out and again tied up in this one. I mean, cannot catch a break for Skylar Berry right there. We also see the 21 right of Zach Kelly going around as the yellow flag will come back out. And for Zach Kelly, I'm not sure if it was movement from back behind him, but it looks like the 3 of Keith Prince right here gets to the inside of the 21 and then through the quad oval. Not sure if the 21 trying to get back down in front of him right there. Obviously, we'll go through the 7 right and his issues, but let's take a look right here. So the 3 gets a good run on corner exit, and he works his way right to the inside of the 21. I don't think he meant to, but he gets a big shove right here from that 97 right of Colton Hardy. I think Hardy gives him a shot right here, and that propels him a little farther forward to that left rear of the 21, and it just clips Zach Kelly, and unfortunately clips this 21 right. He's sideways. He's going around here. Luckily enough, well, a lot of these drivers are already checking up for Harrison Crosby. Luckily enough, he does not make contact with the outside fence or get ran over by anybody else, so no major damage there for the 21, but the same cannot be said here for Harrison Crosby and for Skylar Berry. Let's take a look at both drivers as the 7 ride just rolling the outside groove here. He's in that 4th position, but it's loose right there. Loose again, tries to correct it, overcorrects. Now hooks back up into the outside fence, and then I think for Berry, that may be a little net code right here for the 46 right. See Berry coming right up to him, and yeah, just net code right there. Kind of hits that right rear of the 46, hooks him back up the racetrack, back into the outside fence. Pretty good contact there for that Mission 22. QH Designs number 46 of Skylar Berry, as unfortunately it looked like for obviously Berry may have ended up with the worst deal out of that entire caution flag right there. Unfortunately, pretty big contact for him, as we do see Bentes down pit row. We see Crosby, Kelly, McManus, Brian Cunningham's back down pit lane. Same with that chicken pit ride of Bruce Bernard as they all hit pit road right here. A lot of drivers, though, still sticking with it, not coming down pit side, not wanting to give up that track position, even though, I mean, this could really bring you towards, that fuel window here. We've seen a few drivers go fairly far on fuel, so it'll be interesting to see, when's that cut line? When is it that you're good on fuel and you won't need to come back down pit road here in this race? I think we're only a few laps away from potentially drivers hitting that fuel window and being good even under green flag conditions to make it to the end of this race. So we'll have to wait and see, what some of the strategy calls will be if there is another fairly quick caution flag out there on the Speedway as we get them all stacked up, racked up, ready to get back after it here in this one. We'll get a quick word in from our amazing sponsors here with the Full Throttle Outlaws. Shout out there to MOZA Racing as coming on board as one of our sponsors here with the Full Throttle Outlaws this season. And for each and every one of these drivers, there's a lot that use the MOZA racing equipment, and a lot of drivers, man, they absolutely love it. They make really good, high quality, wheels, pedals, everything that you need here when it comes to the sim racing, aspect of things. So if you guys are in the market, you guys want to check something out, man, definitely look at the products that MOZA Racing has to offer as we get them all ready to rumble, ready to get back after it. Here in this one is out in front. It is that 48 rider, Brendan McNutt. He's got control here of this restart, and he will fire first down through the EchoPark restart zone. It's nice and easy. Back down and through the gears. We are back to battle as the From Energy 48 rider, Brendan McNutt, leads lap number 82. So 82 laps now complete here this evening, and we inch closer and closer to our checkered flag. As Brendan McNutt, Clinton Woodby, 1 and 2, Jack Drucker right on the back bumper of this 92 ride, trying to push that inside lane forward as they get a little bit single file here for the most part, back behind the 56 and the 48 riders. Now here you go, you see a big move right there into Clinton Woodby, push the 48 out in front, and then all of a sudden jumps right back down to his inside. Woodby will steal that race lead and park the 92 into the top spot. So Clinton Woodby leads lap number 83 here this evening, and now trying to put that beautiful USA number 92 into a winning position here this evening. Started off a little bit rough for the 92 ride, deeper in the field, but he's made the right moves, put himself in a good position, and now rolling up here at the front of the field, obviously able to lead a lap and trying to stay up there with them, but kind of falling back now a little bit as the inside lane kind of dissipates the 3 machine to Keith Prince. He tries to jump out in front there, had the race lead for a split second, but does not lead that lap as Brendan McNutt and his teammate Jack Drucker get lined up once again. 1 and 2 out there on the racetrack. They're hoping that they can find their teammate, the 28 rider Brandon Combs, who's stuck on the outside back in about the 8th position on the Speedway, trying to inch his way forward, trying to work his way back to their rear bumper, hoping that he can put himself right back into the 1, 2, 3 Black Betty Racing Team rides out there on the Speedway, but he's only a couple trucks back, so we'll have to wait and see if he makes some moves. Is down low on the inside groove is Jesse Calloway, now leading the charge in the Pabst Blue Ribbon. Number 4 machine, Jesse Calloway's got the inside lane held down, and he's hoping that Prince Woodby, Steven Luttrell in the inside groove can try to push themselves forward, try to work themselves a little closer to this race lead where Calloway can potentially jump up, lead a lap, and put this Pabst Blue Ribbon machine out in front of the field. But it's Brendan McNutt who continues to lead the charge here as the beautiful 48 ride. The Full to Honor machine sits in position number 1. Drucker there in second. You do see Matt Hayden's up there in the outside lane. He's now currently scored in the 4th position. Keith Prince down low, Clinton Woodby down low, Eric Henkel's battled his way back up now into 7th there. That beautiful Red Bull 11 ride. We'll have to wait and see if him and Hayden can start to slice and dice, make some moves late in this race, try to keep the Black Betty rides broken up out there on the Speedway. Now we have seen Steven Luttrell leave the inside lane. He jumps up into the outside groove here and unfortunately just kind of dissipates the runs that the inside lane is able to get, losing another driver, losing a little bit more of that drafting help, unfortunately costing him that ever little bit to unfortunately not be able to pull back up and battle door to door here with our race leader Brendan McNutt. They're gonna just stalled out right there, door to door with Matt Hayden for position number 3. Hayden may even able to pull ahead here a little bit over that 4 ride. It'll be interesting to see what Hayden decides to do. Will he work his way up and into 3rd, clear Jesse Calloway, jump down into that inside lane, try to help them out a little bit, but also hope that they can push him potentially to the race lead here. It's nice and easy down out of corner number 4, back that across the line. They'll click off another one as here we go, inside lane is moving a little bit better now. They've kind of got a little tighter. Things are starting to get put in the right direction for them, and you just saw Calloway take a good run to the inside there of Jack Drucker, trying to get to the inside of Brendan McNutt, just couldn't quite get there. That inside lane starting to build up that momentum, all that speed once again, and trying to work their way right back into this battle for the top spot. But Brendan McNutt out in front, man. It's been Black Betty Motorsports pretty much all day long towards this front of the field, man. They have been all over this laps led counter. And for Brandon McNutt, he'll lead the lap number 90. And for these drivers, 90 laps down, 40 laps left to go here this evening from the beautiful EchoPark Speedway. As only 40 laps left to go here in this race, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So what we want you to do right now, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers here this evening as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Alrighty, a beautiful crank it up session here this evening as the Full Throttle Outlaws Racing League put together a heck of a show for us. Look out, a lot of movement down and through corner number 2 right there. Luckily enough, they're all able to keep their trucks pointing the right direction as these drivers still duking it out, and they're still trying to chase down the 48 of Brennan McNutt as McNutt out in front continues to lead the charge here at EchoPark Speedway. So McNutt, Drucker, teammates there in that outside lane, still rolling nicely together here on the Speedway. They have the foreride of Mr. Matt Hayden right there with them in that outside lane, but down low, it's Eric Hegdal and Jesse Calloway. Not a whole lot of help to their back bumper as of right now, but they're hanging with these guys. Hegdal's trying to stay right there, door to door with that 48 ride of Brendan McNutt for the race lead as he's trying to work his way back out in front here, trying to put himself back into what could be that winning position here this evening. Now he finally gets a little extra help here as we do see Modesty, the 21 ride of Zach Kelly, Keith Prince. A lot of these drivers starting to get a little bit more organized down low and in that inside lane. And Eric Hegdal, that's great news for him as that's going to help try to propel him and push him a little farther forward where he can try to get right back into the battle, right back into the action here on the Speedway. Some great racing here is down across the line. They complete lap 110, only 20 laps left to go here this evening. 20 laps left to duke it out here today for Brendan McNutt, Drucker, Hayden, Hegdal, all these drivers, man, still right in it. Each and every one of them still have a golden opportunity to try to win this race. Unfortunately, we will see that number 46 of Skylar Berry starting to come into play right here. Berry, unfortunately, without the draft, without any help. The 46 ride did get a lot of damage there through the last, pretty much all the caution flags, all 3 yellow flags for incident here. The 46 has gotten a piece of it and has gotten tied up in it. Luckily enough, this truck is still in good racing condition, still in good shape out there on the Speedway. Just with no draft, he unfortunately fell back farther and farther and farther, and now finds himself going a lap down. So Skylar Berry does fall into that lap down category, but he is in the lucky dog position. So if there is a caution flag, if he's not a part of it, he could get the wave around the lucky dog back into the lead lap, back into the battle here today. So it's not over yet for Jesse Calloway or for any of these drivers, or for Skylar Berry, obviously going a lap down out there on the Speedway. For Calloway, I mean, he's in that 4th position. We just saw a big move from him and trying to push this number 11 out in front. He's been right there working with Hegdal. They've gotten up almost, pretty much door to door with Brendan McNutt, but they just have not been able to stay there. The inside lane, obviously the shortest way around the racetrack, but just not able to carry the same momentum as that middle groove. And unfortunately, every time they kind of get up there, every time they start to get door to door, it's just like they can't side draft. They don't have the momentum on corner exit, and the outside lane just gets reorganized really, really quickly on corner exit, and it helps propel them right back in front of that 11 ride. But this time, big run right there for Calloway down and through corner number 3 and 4. You'll stay glued to the 11's back bumper. That may be the push, that may be the run that they've been looking for, but unfortunately, again, down into 1. They just fall back again, and now here we go. We see Drucker jump down low. Now Hegdal tries to jump up high. Hayden's there, can't quite get there. Unfortunately, that's going to set this inside lane a little farther back as Drucker was able to jump down, clear the 11, put some dirty air onto his nose, and unfortunately here, now for Hegdal, he's got to battle door to door with the 36 rider, Stephen Luttrell, for position number 4 here on the Speedway as Hayden's worked and cleared his way around these guys as well. It'll be interesting to see if Hayden potentially makes the move, maybe jumps down to the inside lane, hopes that maybe that will be the race-winning move to try to find a different groove, to find a way around both Drucker and McNutt here. As the Blue Angels, Ryan going to try to turn the afterburners on as he's going to activate that jet engine. It's under the trunk lid. and hoping that he can use that to power forward and put himself up in the victory lane late in this race. And we're there, man. We are in our closing laps. We are inching in to our checkered flag here in a quick Curry's, Ohio says, ride the Bente. Let's go, Brody. Cheering on Brody Bente out there on the Speedway. Unfortunately for Brody, again, he's kind of lost the draft here for the Ride the Bente QH Designs number 63 machine, and he's fallen back into 19th here, and unfortunately about 12 seconds back of that lead pack. So he's going to need a caution flag to get himself back into the battle. I believe for Brian Cunningham, also lost that draft. He's back here in the 20th position. He may also need a yellow flag to try to get himself back into the battle. Bruce Bernard as well, that chicken pit ride. He is not too far away from potentially going a lap down here himself, as our race leaders in that lead pack are chasing them down in a quick hurry. Is out in front. Brendan McNutt just continues to lead the way, man. Big blocks, big moves here out of that 56 ride. A lot of movement right there out of the 33 of Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr. as they'll be wrecking. Look out, upside down, onto the wall goes Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr. Jesse Calloway tied up in it. Big hits here as the caution flag will come back out with only 11 laps left to go in this race. So a little bit of late race chaos here. And unfortunately, we saw the 33 get bent into shape here as he exited corner number 4. Looks like maybe there was a little contact here, as it looks like a big run here from Modesty. Goes 3 wide to the inside of Calloway. Calloway just kind of stuck in the middle. I believe they make a little contact right there. The 6 and the 4 car get together. See if we can get another angle at this one. See if we can look at it. So if you watch the 4 and the 6 right in front here of this beautiful Misfits ride. Here comes Calloway down the racetrack. He's going to get tight with the 6 of Modesty as they get tied together. It just kind of straightens out the 4 track, pushes him up the racetrack. Now he's going to get checked up. He knows that he can't, slide up any farther. You see the flames coming out of the back, out of the tailpipe of that 4 machine. Unfortunately there for Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr., he gets checked up, trying to avoid contact with him. He gets down onto the apron, and then I believe as he tries to get back up the racetrack right here, I'm not sure if he thought he was clear. The 21 kind of coming down, little neck code there as well to help that one out. But I believe the 33 just kind of comes up ever so slightly here, trying to fall back in line. They just get tied together. Just hooks this 33 right around, who hooks, unfortunately, the 4 Jesse Calloway. Nowhere to go for Keith Prince as Prince gets in there. Big hit there for that 3 machine. Big hit for Joe Yakes as well, as there's Calloway into the fence. Kelly gets a piece of it, man. Tough break there for Zach. Huge hit there for the 33 machine as he ends up onto the fence right there and trying to do his best Tony Hawk impression right there, riding the rim. As let's take a look here at it. Let's jump on board with this 33 machine, see what he can see from the cockpit as they head down through corner number 3 and 4 and back down the front straightaway. So riding on board with Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr. There's that contact. 4 up the racetrack. They get a little bent out of shape. Here he comes down on the apron, back on the speedway, and right there is the contact. It's hooked around, and woo, baby! Talk about a jet engine. That thing almost took flight right there. Luckily enough, it comes back down onto the ground, all 4 tires, and for the 33 machine, able to keep on battling here this evening. But unfortunately, huge damage there for him. Huge damage for Keith Prince. See if we can jump on board here with Prince. See what he can see here from the cockpit, because I don't think Prince really had any idea what was happening here in front of him. Really nothing he could do. And for the USA ride, all of a sudden, ends up with a couple cars parked right onto his nose right here. Bang, bang, contact into his outside, and man, that's a big hit there for him, man. Big hits there for Prince. A lot of these drivers tore up late in this race, and that will put us under a caution flag and a big restart here for each and every one of these competitors, as some came down pit road, others stayed out right here. Drucker stays out, Hayden stays out, Stephen Luttrell, Eric Hagdal, Modesty, Colton Hardy, Trevor McManus, Clinton Woodby, they all stay out. Same with Schilling and Harrison Crosby here. Brody Bente is now into 11th. Brian Cunningham, Bruce Bernard there in 13th. Brendan McNutt, who was our race leader, looks like maybe he was a little bit shy on fuel. Had to hit pit road, and for McNutt, now going to restart back in 14th. Zach Kelly's there in the 15th position with Brandon Combs. Keith Prince, Jesse Wise, Joey Yanks, Jimmy Fitzmaurice Jr. is there in 20th. Skylar Berry gets the lucky dog back on the lead lap. He'll be back in 21st with Jesse Calloway there in 22nd. Unfortunately for Rooster Rana and David Trailer, both done early here this evening, but they are scored back in 23rd and 24th on the racetrack as the lights are off the official iRacing pace truck, and here we go for what could be our final restart of the day from EchoPark Speedway in the Full Throttle Outlaws Racing League. Who's it going to be? Who is going to find victory lane? Drucker, Hayden, door to door. Down and out of corner number 4, the pace truck pulls off down pit lane and back down into the EchoPark restart zone. Great launch right there for Drucker. He's hoping that he can clear that 5 right of Matt Hayden, and it looks like mission accomplished there for Drucker. Hayden does quickly slide right in behind him here as they will be nose to tail down through corner 1 and 2 with only 8 laps left to go here in this race. Was that potentially our final restart of the day, or will we see another caution flag out there on the Speedway? Big run right there for Hayden. Works to the inside. Side drafts Drucker. They're door to door. Down through 3 and out of 4. It'll be a drag race back to the start-finish line. For Drucker, though, he's able to put the hammer down, and he will lead lap 123. So 7 laps left to go. And for Drucker, he has control of this race, but you can see that number 5 of Matt Hayden giving it everything he's got, trying to put himself up and into victory lane. I believe that's his Misfits teammate right there on his back bumper. That 6 ride of Rusty Modesty trying to push this 5 ride out in front. As, oh, look out, they're wrecking back behind him. Caution lights are back on. Yellow flag is out. Oh no, Zach Kelly, Keith Prince tied up again in this one. Let's take a look at it. Big hits here for a couple of these drivers as Zach Kelly in the 21. I'm not sure how this gets started right here. So let's take a look at it. The 21 ride down the back straightaway. Ooh, let's slow it down a little bit. Like maybe a little stack up right here. He's getting checked up as the 7 rider Harrison Crosby gets a little checked up there on corner entry. And unfortunately here, as he gets checked up, the 3 rider Prince can't stop quick enough. Gets into his back bumper. Big shot for him, and they get tied up into the outside fence. And unfortunately for Brendan McNutt here, that's going to affect him quite a bit as well. Unfortunately, trying to keep himself out of it, trying to keep that 48 ride clean out there on the Speedway. This is kind of what happens when you put yourself back here into the hornet's nest. And unfortunately here, for Brendan McNutt, big contact for him, man. Big contact, big hits is right here. Start to stack up, and then the 21's parked in front of him. Keith Prince comes down across his nose. Huge contact there. You see that left front door apart. The hood just flapping here as well. And unfortunately, for Brendan McNutt, going to need a lot of damage repair to that 48 ride, and that's going to send him back a little bit farther here again for the next restart as McNutt hits pit road. So does Brandon Combs, Jesse Calloway, Keith Prince, Zach Kelly's down pit side trying to get that truck repaired and fixed back up into good working condition. Brian Cunningham's also down pit road here. Looks like he may be down here for an extended period of time. Huge damage for this number 32. Let's take a look and see, where he kind of gets this damage, because he was a little farther back here. Must have came in a little bit later. As there they are. They're wrecking, and all of a sudden here comes, oh, it's Jesse Calloway. As Calloway kind of gets hooked right here, comes down the racetrack, and unfortunately right into the lap here of Cunningham. Cunningham could not get checked up in time, did not slow down, and unfortunately right there, just a little bit too slow almost, or maybe a little bit too quick nonetheless. Gets tagged, gets shot up the racetrack hard, hit into that outside fence. That was a big, big hit there for the 32, as that's what's tore him up and now has him down pit side for an extended period of time. But out in front, Matt Hayden and Jack Drucker, man, door to door, going to get ready for another restart. And I believe we're going to be really, really close here to NASCAR overtime, but I believe we will have at least a 3-lap shootout, I think, here. 3-lap shootout here, so not technically a green, white, checkered. But we'll have to wait and see, as I believe the light should turn off the official iRacing pace truck here this time by. And if they do, that means when we take the green flag, they will complete lap number 127. It will be 3 laps left to go here in this race. So can they make it 3 laps without another wreck? Can we go 3 laps here this late in the race without some extra chaos to spice things up here on this fine Friday night with the Full Throttle Outlaws Racing League? Or will it stay clean and green? Will we see these drivers duke it out here for the final 3 laps? See one of these lucky cats find their way up into victory lane. For Matt Hayden, he's looking for a big win here this evening. For the 56 of Drucker, he's looking to add another win onto his incredible season, as each and every one of these drivers, man, they are ready to roll. They are ready to rumble once again here this evening, and it's been a lot of fun. Obviously this year, I mean, things have been fairly crazy for each and every one of these drivers. There we go. That's what we're looking for. All right, here we go. So our point standings coming into this race, Drucker with a massive points lead, about 116 points between himself and his teammate Brandon Combs. Matt Hayden scored back in position number 3. Hayden could be in line here for a really, really big win, as this could potentially leapfrog him into second here in the point standings, with Combs being deeper in the pack. Hayden battling door to door for the race lead. Could be the swing that he needs to try to jump up into position number 2 in the regular season point standings. But coming into this race, I mean, Drucker's got 5 wins on the year. Hayden's found victory lane once, so hasn't David Traylor, who's no longer in this race. As here we go, back to battle. And for Matt Hayden, great restart as iRacing had given him the race lead just prior to that caution flag. And for Matt Hayden, that worked out perfectly for him, as he's able to get a great launch, great jump right there. Now the 6 ride of Modesty trying to work this 5 ride out in front, but Eric Hegel says, I'm not done yet. I want to jump out in front, as he tries to make the move around the 56. Couldn't quite get there. And now, nice and easy, down out of corner number 4. Back down across the line. It'll be 2 laps left to go. 2 laps left to duke it out. And there's the 5 of Hayden. Jumps up in front of Drucker. Drucker sideways, though, sending it for everything he's got through corner number 1 and 2. And it'll pay off, as he'll be door to door with Hayden down the back straightaway. Outside lane is zooming, and they will push Drucker right back out in front. But look how squirrely the 56 ride is. Just trying to keep that thing under control, trying to keep it pointed the right direction. As back down across the line, they will see the white flag fly. So our final time here this evening around EchoPark Speedway, who will it be? Who will find their way up and into victory lane here this evening? Oh, Drucker's around! Drucker's upside down! Hayden's out in front. Colton Hardy's right there with him. 2 wide, 3 wide, back there behind him, beating and banging, as here comes Colton Hardy looking underneath of Matt Hayden as they head back down to the line. It will be Matt Hayden who will pick up the checkered flag here this evening. Oh my gosh, what a wild finish here this evening, is Hayden able to hold him off and put himself up and into victory lane, as he definitely had the jet engine on this Blue Angels ride hooked up here this evening, and he was flying there late in this race. Maybe not quite as much as what we saw Jack Drucker, a heartbreaker there for the 56 machine. We'll take a look back and see what happened. But for Matt Hayden, he gets to celebrate a big dub here this evening at EchoPark Speedway. And I believe this is now our second driver to win multiple races here on the season. No one else has won multiple races other than Jack Drucker, and now tonight he's joined with Matt Hayden as our only multi-race winner here on this season, as the 5 ride celebrates on the front straightaway. He's gonna burn down the house here at Atlanta. craziness here on the final lap. Amazing battles, amazing racing, and these guys put together an incredible show for us as we will go back through that final lap, see what happened, see how this one got played out, and see how Matt Hayden parked himself back up here into victory lane in the Full Throttle Outlaws Racing League. As we'll get ready to pull this 5 ride up and into the booth in just a little bit. We'll get ready to pull them up here in just a little bit. Let's take a quick look back here and see kind of how this one got played out. See kind of what happened here on this final lap and the craziness that kind of followed this one, man, as there was a lot of chaos here late in this race. For some drivers, did not work out into their favor. Other drivers, man, obviously worked out perfectly for him. As you look here, back down across the line right here, you look at Colton Hardy. Hardy is scored in about the 6th position, 7th position, as 4 cars to his outside are able to beat him back down across the line here, it looks like, to take the white flag. He may have been just in front of the 36. So scored in 6 here, taking the white flag. And for Colton, comes home in 2nd. Look at the car right behind him, the 59 right of Trevor McManus, just sticking down low. And it works out perfectly for him. But unfortunately, man, big pushes here from Clinton Woodby from the 11 ride right there of Eric Hagdal. They're trying to find their way around Jack Drucker. And for Drucker, he's trying to hold them off, and he's hoping that they can give him a shove and a run that he can, keep the inside lane back there at bay. And right here, you see the 6 of Modesty moves up the racetrack. It opens up the inside groove for Colton Hardy. Hardy takes advantage of it, jumps right down underneath of Modesty. I don't think Modesty saw that one coming, but all of a sudden he ends up falling back, and right there out of corner number 2, I believe you're going to see just the shove from the 11 ride. Gets a little bit more towards that left rear quarter panel of this 56 truck right there, and it just kind of hooks him a little bit. Hooks him, sends him sideways there. He tries to correct it. Unfortunately, as he tries to get back up in front of the 11, not enough room there. Get tied together up and into the outside fence, and then here he goes for a wild ride as Woodby and the 11 ride of Hagdal all of a sudden have that 56 up and on top of their lap, and he goes for a wild ride for Drucker. He's on top of the 36 ride as there's still more contact. Unfortunately, Luttrell is kind of glued to that number 56. The 7 ride, nowhere to go there as Harrison Crosby gets tied up in it. As right here, you see Crosby kind of trying to move back up the racetrack here, hoping to see if he can try to move around a few of these drivers. Unfortunately, there's just no room there with the 36 and 56 tied together. They get, unfortunately, tied together and 7 up into them. Big hit there for Hagdal again. Big hit for the 36. The 7 right of Crosby goes around, but then all of a sudden here, back down towards the start-finish line, coming to the checkered flag. You're going to see some craziness right here out of these drivers. I believe you're going to see a few of these guys all of a sudden go around right here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at the chaos. So our race leaders have broken away here. And for Colton Hardy, just unfortunately could not get a run to the inside there. Matt Hayden, great blocks there for Hayden, but they're 3 wide down and out of corner number 4. And it looks like it's Brody Bente who's up on the top shelf as they're beating and banging. Bente so close to potentially getting a, good solid top 3 run right there. Contact between him and the 6. Pushes him off the racetrack. Joe Yank's going to shove his nose right into the mix. They get tied together. That's going to send them around. And then you do see Rusty Modesty into it. The 48 right almost getting turned. Luckily enough, keeps his foot in the throttle. But then big hits here into the outside fence for Woodby. And for that 36 of Bente. The 17 of Bruce Bernard. He goes flying right there. Hagdal slides into it. Big hit there for Hagdal again as they end up back down across the start-finish line. But, man, some wild hits here down to the start-finish line. A lot of these drivers going for some crazy, crazy rides. Let's see if we can jump on board with this 63 of Brody Bente. See what he can see here from the cockpit. So let's take a look here. Bente out of 4. Boom, there's the contact. All of a sudden around into the fence. Oh, baby, upside down. Over and over and over. Finally back onto all 4. And by the time the car finally comes to rest, entering corner number 1, gets tagged again right there from the 4 of Callaway. And unfortunately, absolutely tore up. And man, that was a crazy, crazy finish. Crazy hits here for a lot of these drivers, and a crazy way to end the day here at EchoPark Speedway. And for Matt Hayden, he gets to celebrate a big dub here in this one as we'll pull Hayden up and into the booth right now. Hey,
Really,
Matt,
oh.
it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Aaron.
Matt, man, what a run, what a race, man. Take us back through what's going through your mind as you're able to burn down the house and celebrate a big win here at EchoPark Speedway, brother. Take us back through what's going through your mind.
Yeah, that was I don't know how wild the race translated on the broadcast, especially like the first half of it, because I know it looked like all of us were kind of landlocked, but we were completely out of control for all 130 laps. Yeah, it was. I don't know exactly what happened towards the end there. We had a teammate, Rusty, on the bottom lane, so we decided to stick to the bottom. Outside lane was better the entire race. I mean, I think that was pretty apparent that you wanted to be on outside. But Rusty was down low for that restart, and I thought maybe if we could get a good bump, we could get kind of nose out to where we could kind of clear, kind of get in that high lane and kind of ride it out. Stalled out, and then we were kind of stuck. I think we got kind of checked up going in that white flag lap, and I thought it was pretty much over. Then I saw a bunch of smoke, turned down low, looked in the rear view, saw the bottom of a truck, so I don't know how that turned out, but everyone got spread out. Then it was kind of nervous that, you know, maybe you had someone that shot through all that stuff with all the momentum, and we were checked up and just kind of sit and duck. And Colton behind us caught us and could have tried to stick his nose in and maybe move us out of the way, but appreciate him for not yelling us there. So yeah, man, that was wild finish. I don't know, you know, kind of a crapshoot on who was going to win that one, and we just kind of finished out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's kind of the super speedway fashion here for, iRacing or even in real life racing is these late race restarts. Everyone stacked back up on top of one another. You just never quite know who is going to get it done. And I mean, a lot of the times the leader at the white flag, is not the leader coming back to the checkered flag. And unfortunately, there for Drunker, did not work out into his favor at a core number 2. So that's where the chaos got started, and it continued all the way down into 3 and out of 4. And for yourself, I mean, you just ended up having to deal with Colton Hardy there. And as you said, Hardy was right there on your back bumper, down into 3, through 4, and out of 4, back down the line. I thought for certain we'd see him make a big move, try to get to your inside or jump to the outside, do something to try to get around you, and then it just seemed like you were able to make the right moves, kind of block the couple of runs that he tried to take to the inside, and he just kind of fell right in line there and helped push you across the line into victory lane here this evening, man. Take us obviously through that final lap as the chaos was back there behind you, but Hardy on your back bumper. If you were in his role, where would you have made that move? When would you have kind of went to try to steal this race away from the car in front of you?
Yeah, we just kind of, obviously we were joking with Colton before the race. We had a race here a year or so ago where we kind of had a wild finish coming out of 4. Everyone kind of got spread out, and he defended and kind of went underneath the red line and got a win kind of taken away from him. So seeing him kind of come up, I kind of knew that, like, red line was kind of the boundary there, and just protect that. But going into 3 and 4, we kind of like in his shoes, I think outside, if he had momentum, was kind of really option. If in side draft was so big, I don't know if you could see on the broadcast, a lot of guys in the top lane would really crowd the bottom lane, and it would just stall it out. And I think that's why the top lane kept prevailing. So I think, man, if he could have got the right rear, and that's why going into 3, I actually kind of drifted up a half lane up, because I wanted to make it to where he had to kind of really widen out that corner. And then if I saw him kind of nose outside, I could still have enough room to kind of turn down the hill and keep a little bit of momentum and keep the side draft off. So we kind of drifted up, and I think it kind of, a little bit of a deke to kind of look like I was going to drift up and give him the inside. So I think that kept him kind of trying to point the nose down low. So I don't know. It just, plate tracks like this, there's not a lot you can do as far as like driving, steering the wheel, and pressing the gas. It's just kind of maneuvering yourself in position to either make a block or make a run. And yeah, man, we just love and hate plate track racing at the same time. So we always tend to kind of have runs and be up front. It's just we were lucky this time to actually finish with all the fenders attached.
Yeah, absolutely. And great truck to do it with as well. Beautiful looking Blue Angels U.S. Navy machine, man. Take us through the paint scheme here and, what it means for you to be able to pick up this win in that U.S. Navy's Blue Angels number 5 truck here this evening.
Yeah, we've had this paint before. I think we've run it before at a Darlington race, maybe. Just kind of a cool little deal. Obviously we're, me and my son and family, we're big fans, stuff like that. We try to catch everything. We'll be down in Pensacola this summer and get to check them out a little bit on one of their practice sessions. So, just kind of a cool little sporty thing, just proud to have it on the hood and park it up here and hopefully look good on the broadcast, kind of cruising by everybody at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. As I believe it's your brother Kyle Hayden in the chat said, you have the jet engine underneath the hood of that truck, and you're able to activate it there late in that race and use it to propel yourself up and into victory lane. Matt, man, great run, great performance, brother. Who'd you like to thank for such a great drive here this evening?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody at Full Throttle Outlaws putting this on weekends or Fridays for us. The racing here has been excellent. Had a lot of fun, a lot of close races, a lot of tough battles and stuff like that. A lot of good talent in here, so it's been fun. I want to thank everybody on the team, Misfit Motorsports, all the guys coming out and racing. We had Stephen Luttrell come and hang out with us tonight, and he was up front running with us. I don't know how everything turned out for him, but he was helping. He stuck behind me for most of the race and was helping push and didn't put us in any really bad spots. So appreciate him for staying behind us like that on there. Want to thank everybody watching. My son partying behind me, Laura watching out in the living room, gave me a high five as soon as the race ended. So appreciate her. And then I owe you poutine, I think, is what I hear. So I need to get the deets to send you something. I don't know how that works. I don't know what that stuff is, but I hear I owe you one. So give me the deets after this. I'll get something sent your way.
All right, sounds good, brother. Well, if you don't know what a poutine is, my boy, you need to try one. That is for certain. Okay, it's not very complicated. Okay, do you like French fries?
Oh yeah, I love French fries.
You like gravy?
Yeah, sure, gravy. Okay.
Okay.
Like them where they're going.
Do you like cheese curds?
Okay, we're gonna have to check that one out. I don't think I'm a big cheese curd, but I can't tell you that I've ever had cheese curd. So listen, hey, if you say it's good, I'll trust you. We'll go for it.
Trust me, cheese curd is incredible. It's like not quite rubbery, but it's just like little small chunks, like nubs of cheese, and a little bit more salty than like what you get out of a block of cheese. But
Okay.
you basically good fresh French fries.
Yeah.
Put the cheese curds on top of those French fries and then slather it in some good beef gravy. Incredible.
But those 3 ingredients, I guess you can't go wrong with it. So we'll have to
Can't
check it
go
out.
wrong with it. You can even throw in a little bit of ketchup in there as well. Incredible. It is the Canadian dish. Around the world, everyone knows us for the poutine. That is the main thing up here in the Great White North. So you definitely got to try yourself one of those poutines, my boy. They are
We'll definitely check it out.
Incredible. But Matt,
Check it out.
great run, great performance from you here this evening, brother. Congrats on picking up the dub here today at EchoPark Speedway. We can't wait to see you guys back in action again next Friday, and maybe just another crazy race like this one, and maybe another trip for you up here into Victory Lane.
Aaron, we appreciate everything you do. Thanks, sir.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Matt Hamlin, or should I say Matt Hayden. And so that was very Denny Hamlin-ish right there of him, being able to find the afterburners in a late race restart and work his way out in front to pick up the win. Very fitting Discord name there for Matt is Matt Hamlin, Matt Hayden. pretty dang close either way. But for Matt, man, great run, great performance for that 5 truck as he picks up the checkered flag here this evening. As we get ready now to pull in our second place finisher, the 97 of Colton Hardy. Hey, Colton, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Colton, man, great run, great race for yourself here tonight, man. The 97 truck looked good. Looked like you were having a lot of fun out there, a lot of door-to-door action, craziness there late in this race, and you're able to nose your way underneath the modesty as the outside lane starts to fall apart down and out of corner number 2. You just stick right there to the back bumper of Matt Hayden. You guys are all of a sudden free and clear of the field, and it's kind of between the two of you. And I thought for certain we'd see you take a big run to the outside, try to get around Hayden there. Unfortunately, kind of threw a bit of a block, and then you try to get back down low through corner 3 and 4. Couldn't quite get there. And obviously, looking back at last year, there was the incident where you were kind of in the exact same position. You jumped down low to try to make the pass for the race win. You went down below that red line, and unfortunately, you got the win. You parked yourself into the winner's circle, but unfortunately, you ended up not winning that race due to passing underneath the red line. So I'm sure that was sitting in the back of your mind there, and coming to the checkered flag as well. But brother, take us back through what's going through your mind now as the smoke is settled here at EchoPark Speedway.
It was definitely a race of attrition. There was just a lot of trying to watch the lines manipulate. The bottom line but towards the beginning of runs, the bottom line could really start to get runs. And then once the tires started getting buzzed off about 10 or 15 laps in, the outside lane would just prevail because the whole inside line has to lift from running up into the outside lane. So definitely adds a whole bunch of different super speedway aspects whenever you throw these banks on a mile and a half. And it's a lot of fun, but to a point it starts getting like to where it's a train and you can't really go anywhere unless somebody makes a mistake and then it stalls a line out. So, if there's different ways to pass and go 3 wide, you can go 3 wide, but at the rate that these trucks get swirly and they're easily loopable, you almost don't want to. But towards the end, I just knew, like, I had to get myself towards the front. I was running third there with like 50 to go, and then I bumped Keith into Zach and spun Zach around, so I claimed that. I had to go all the way to the back. I thought that I wasn't going to get near the front again. Got near the front, and then everything started falling apart that last lap. And I passed Rusty and got behind Matt, and I was just kind of for a good corner just in shock. I was like, okay, I'm here now. And then I was like, there's a race to win. So my mind immediately was like, I'm cutting the dog leg, and then I immediately go back. I'm like, I'm not going to touch that line again. So I just sucked my fate up and just went behind Matt. I knew there was really nothing I could do. I wasn't going to try to wreck us both, go to his outside. He throws a block, and I turn him into the wall and make it more than what it needs to be. I'll take second, gets me, I think, 2 or 3 spots in the chase, gets me up to 8th. So it's definitely a good points night.
Yeah, good points night. I mean, big picture racing, as much as those wins are nice to have, you want to get a couple under your belt. Obviously, you don't want to have it come the wrong way or in a bad way here. And obviously, EchoPark Speedway and the craziness that we've seen on these high banks. Anything could happen there, exactly as you said. You make the wrong move there at a 4, you get to his outside, he throws a block. I mean, really, is it on him? Is it on you? Nonetheless, I mean, it could take both of you guys out of the race, out of that winner's circle here. So you just stick with it, get a good solid point stay, a solid second place run for yourself here in this one. Colton, who would you like to thank for such a great performance out there on the Speedway, man? A great night here at EchoPark Speedway.
Let's thank all our league sponsors. Start with QH Design. Of course, if you need any custom apparel, custom marketing goods, anything, hit me up. I can get you taken care of. I make pretty well anything you can put a logo on. I can make it. Decals, hats, shirts, anything. Johnny Johnson Motorsports, MOZA Racing, AdminBoxx, NASCAR Diecast Sales, Blair Peterson. Check him out if you ever need a diecast. He runs sales 2 times a week on Whatnot and on Facebook. So definitely give his Facebook page and his Whatnot page a check. Everybody that shows up, I mean, we're, I think, like 11 or 12 weeks in, 13 weeks in, something like that, and we're still bringing 24, 25 people out. So that's pretty darn cool. Of course, you for sticking it out with us and being here every week. You do a fantastic job. Couldn't ask for any better. My fiance for, of course, letting me come out and race at 11:30. My rig's not at the house; it's at my shop I own, so it's kind of down here, secluded away, so that way I'm not too loud and noisy. So thank her for letting me come out. And all my teammates, David, Joe, Clinton, Trevor, Jesse Wise, Eric Hegdahl, all of them just pushing me to be better. It's a great environment over there. We don't really bicker much, and if we do, we straighten it out and just have a teammate mentality, and it's team forward first, and we're not going to try to screw each other over. So a lot of people that makes this thing go around and round, and too many people to think.
Absolutely. Well, Colton, man, great run, great performance for yourself here tonight, man. We can't wait to see you guys back in action again next Friday night and see if you can park this 97 ride maybe one spot better and up into victory lane.
Hey, I very much appreciate you, Aaron.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Colton Hardy, man. Great run, great drive there for Colton as we get ready now to pull in our third place finisher. The number 59, Trevor McManus, works his way up and onto the podium here late in this race. Let's pull Trevor up here into the booth. Hey, Trevor, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. Did you copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Not too bad, Trevor, man. What a run, what a race, brother. Take us back through what's going through your mind as you're able to squeeze your way through there and work yourself up into a, great third place run here onto the podium this afternoon, man. Take us back through what's going through your mind.
Um, yeah, like, wow. uh, I hate plate racing. Like, I think it's the worst thing in the world. Never thought to get third place. Just was really mired in the back like the whole race because you couldn't make any moves. And then one of the wrecks there, a truck came up and I had nowhere to go, so I got damaged. Had to use my fast repair like before even halfway. So I just wanted to stay out back and stay out of trouble. And then like the finish was just crazy. I kept getting stuck on the bottom, and I didn't like it, but I was behind a couple of my teammates, so we were gonna try to make some moves, but it's just so hard here. We were all on like 50 something lap old tire. Yeah, 50 lap old tires. So it was just not really much you could do here. But to come home third, I mean, it's really good for the past couple weeks that I've had. I had knee surgery like 3 weeks ago, and I've just been trying to get as much points as I can, and just had some really bad luck at Indy, and I think Michigan. I was really good, but I had some pretty crappy luck there too, also. But it's good for the points today.
Yeah, good points day. Great finish here for yourself. And obviously, trying to just kind of battle back from a couple of races with bad luck. Here, you get some good luck as you're able to avoid some of that chaos, some of that mayhem. Obviously, down and out of corner number 2, then back down through 3, and out of 4. Obviously, there was more chaos right there virtually at your back bumper as a lot of drivers start bouncing around. Big wreck there down across the line, but you're able to just keep your foot in the throttle, keep Brennan McNutt and the rest of these guys back there at bay, and put yourself up into a very solid podium run. Trevor, who would you like to thank here tonight for a great performance out there on the racetrack?
First off, my smoking hot wife for letting me come up here and do this so late on a Friday night when she'd probably be wanting to hang out or something. My 2 kids for always supporting me, my family for supporting me, you, all my teammates, Clinton, Colton, Eric, Joe, David Trailer, a couple other ones I'm pretty sure I'm missing, Eric Hegdahl. So the past couple weeks I've had a couple of friends pass away due to unforeseen circumstances, and I had their memorial logos on my B pillar tonight, and I it's kind of weird. I don't know how many people out there like believe this stuff, but I really feel like that wreck happened from them getting me the finish that I needed, because it all happened all around me. I was below the yellow line going in, or the red line going into 3, and somehow I held on to it, and I got a big shove from Brendan. Truck was sideways, and I held on to that and still came home third. So I just, remembering those guys and just, I really feel like they just helped me push to this. All of our sponsors that make this happen, the admins for keeping us all, on a straight and narrow and making it a really fun environment. And all of the racers out there are pretty respectful. So I just want to thank them for having some good clean race and 69 green flag laps tonight before a caution. So yeah, it's just amazing. But yeah, just you know, family and my friends and all the people that are out there supporting us do this, all the men and women, in the military, first responders, of course those guys too for letting us, be free enough to do this, keeping us safe.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Trevor, man, heck of a run, heck of a race for you here tonight, man. Your friends were definitely riding on board with you and helping you there across the line. Sorry to hear about the passing of your friends, but man, great run, great performance, man. I'm sure they're up there smiling, watching you, have a good run and have some fun here on iRacing here this Friday night, man. Hopefully that, helps, the healing process maybe a little bit better here going forward for yourself.
Thanks, man. In the words of one of them, Mr. Michael Althoff, let's get it.
Let's get
We
it,
had a
baby.
we had a good night. So let's get it, Mike. Let's go to the championship.
Let's go, brother. We can't wait. Man, Trevor, enjoy the rest of your night, and we can't wait to see you back out there again next Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Trevor McManus as Trevor comes home in position number 3 here this evening, man. Great run, great drive, amazing performance there for the 59 ride. I mean, heartbreaking there to hear the passing of his friends, but definitely hell of a show, man. Hell of a show, hell of a run for each and every one of these drivers. Our boy Harrison Crosby in the chat says, thanks for the stream. You know it, my boy. You know it. We're always up here in the booth to bring you guys the shows as he sends the 2 jewels for the star for two jewels. I appreciate that, brother. Coming in, showing the love and shooting the jewels over here and, enjoying just some good, solid racing action, man. I thought maybe there for a little bit you were going to be able to squeeze through there. Tough hit, though, down through corner number 3 there for you, Harrison. I thought maybe you'd get by it. Maybe you'd be able to get a good enough run in the outside lane to, come home with a good, solid finish, man. Unfortunately, just plate racing, nowhere to go, wrong place, wrong time, and unfortunate contact there on that final lap. Unfortunately, afforded your opportunity there for a good, solid day here at EchoPark Speedway. But we'll see you back out there again next Friday night, and hopefully see that 7 truck, right back up there, duking it out, battling with all these drivers, and maybe getting yourself up in here to the broadcast booth for a little post-race interview one of these nights, brother. We can't wait for that to happen, to see Harrison up here in the booth after a great night of racing action. But unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here tonight, man. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, everyone coming in, showing the loves, the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers or subscribers, man. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And we can't wait to see you guys back in the grandstands again tomorrow night, as we'll be right back up here in the booth with some more amazing racing here on Peacemaker Gaming, as the Premium Stock Car Racing League, I believe, heads to their penultimate race of the season tomorrow night. I believe it is their penultimate race. I would have to take a look here at their schedule. Their final race or their penultimate race? What are we at here? June 20th. Yeah, okay, so that is their penultimate race from Chicagoland. So that should be fun. I mean, this is just Chicagoland weekend here. I believe we got a Chicagoland race. I think we just had one at Chicagoland last night. And we have one Saturday night. I'm pretty sure Sunday is both Chicagoland races. It is the penultimate race for Outcast on Sunday afternoon, and then Sunday night we're right back at it with another Chicagoland race. So it's all Chicagoland this weekend for everyone to tune in and enjoy some great Chicagoland racing here throughout Saturday and Sunday, man. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be some great racing. Going to be some great shows. As Harrison said, all the practice for next week, and it was still a good race. It was still a good race, man. Great performance. Great run, man. We can't wait to see you back out there. See what you can do for us here next Friday night and parking that 7 truck up towards the front of the pack here. But, man, great run. Great race by each and every one of these drivers, man. Incredible performance here. A lot of good green flag laps. A little bit of craziness there late in the race is always exciting, always brings that extra element to these races, and these guys put on an incredibly enjoyable show here this evening, and we can't wait to see these guys back at it again next Friday, and we can't wait to see you guys back in the grandstands tomorrow night. But thank y'all for watching, thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all back here in the next one, man. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and love.
Engine scream, asphalt burns, the grips a gamble. Tires squeal, hearts race, this leads to scandal. Full throttle, no brakes, chasing that checkered. Drafted lines tighter than a bank teller's ledger. Turn 4 is a monster, jaws wide like a gator. Pit stop, quick cruise, move sharp as a razor. Adrenaline pumps, veins fuel injected. Outlaws on the track, chaos perfected. Full throttle kings, we don't slow down. Ripping through the night, owning this town. Gas to the floor, the crowd gets loud. Outlaws racing, we're born unbound. Smoke trails curl, exhaust whisper secrets. Victory's a beast, only the brave can keep it. Paint jobs flash, sponsors on the side. Egos collide, stealing pride. Oval dreams where legends ignite. Green flag drops, sparks kiss the night. This ain't a hobby, this a gladiator's grind. Racing's the religion, speed's the shrine. Bump drafts, link shot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Bump drafts, link shot, rival in my sights. One wrong move, you're kissing the lights. Slow trails